So I have created a makeup collection inventory for you guys. I did the format just a little bit different this year. I actually filmed from above the products and I showed you all of the products that I have in my collection. So that's a little bit different than I've done it before. Previously I just had a list and read off the numbers, but I think it might be a little bit more interesting this way. So I'm actually going to link my inventory from 2014 down in the description box, as well as the inventory from 2015 in January from last year. That's actually what I'm comparing my numbers to for January of this year. That's all going to be linked in the description box down there, as well as any timestamps for certain categories. If you wanted to skip over like the eyebrow products, I'll link the the timestamp for just the eyeliners or blushes. Everything will be down in the description box, so hopefully this isn't too long, and enjoy! So I'm going to show you the products right here in front of me. On the top of my makeup storage here, I have two face primers, and technically neither one of these are categorized or marketed as a face primer, but that's how I've been using them. I'll put them down either underneath my foundation or I can mix them in with my foundation. So this first one, this here is the Burberry Fresh Glow Luminous Fluid Base. And it's just a little mini size sample, as well as this very small size of the MAC Strobe Cream. So these are my only two primers currently, and I had two large primers last year in January, and I'm at two right now. Next up are my foundations. Now in January of 2015 I had four of them, and currently I have four as well. These are actually in order of how I would like to use them up. This first one is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. Then I have the MAC Studio Fix Fluid, the Clinique Super Balanced, and the Guerlain Lingerie Depot. These two on the right, they're more of a light or light to medium coverage. Now I have the BB creams and tinted moisturizers. I lump that category together. So over here on the left, I have the La Mercier Tinted Moisturizer in the shade Blush. I have a L'Oreal Silky Sheer BB Face Lotion in SPF 30 and the Pond's Luminous Finish BB Cream. I would most definitely like to finish off this tinted moisturizer here first for this year. So I have three currently, and that cut the number in half from January of 2015 because I had six then. So I'm really happy with my progress on this category. Next up are my powders. In January last year I had seven. I had four loose powders and three pressed. Currently I have four. I have one loose, which is right over there, and then the other three are pressed powders. This one already has pan. This one has a pretty nice dip in the dome. And then my MAC Studio Fix powder right over here, that has 1.5 times the amount of powder as a standard face powder. So that one's definitely going to take a little bit longer, but I'm happy with the decrease in powder so far. Next are my bronzers and contour powders. Now, last year I didn't have any contour powders, so I just had a single category as bronzers. That's just what I'm going to leave it labeled as. I have six currently, and last year I had seven. So these two over here on the left, the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Bronzer, this one has pan, and my NARS Laguna has pan as well. I have to be really careful with this one, but it's a little crumbly. So these two I shouldn't have any trouble getting through this year. Here is a backup little mini of the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Bronzer that I got from Ipsy. This is the Burberry Blush in Earthy. That is what it looks like right there. And then these two off onto the right, they are the specific contours. This is the NYX Blush in Taupe. And then I have the MAC Rocky Horror Picture Show collection, but it's the Bone Beige and Emphasize Sculpt and Shape powder. So that is Bone Beige right there, and it has a really nice dip in that one as well. You probably can't see, but next up are my concealers. Currently I have 5 of them, and last year in January I had 6. My Maybelline Fit Me concealer is almost done. These two over here are correctors that I'm planning to use up for 2016, and then I just have my MAC Pro Longwear and the Makeup Forever Full Cover concealer. That one's my holy grail. So I don't feel like it's excessive. I would like to get these two out of the way ASAP and then find something that has a little bit more coverage for a corrector, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with my concealer stash at the moment. Next up I have my brow pencils. So currently I have 8 of them, and in January I had 8 as well. But these two over here on the left, this one is a little mini of the Anastasia Perfect Brow Pencil, and this one's in medium brown. It has a little bit of red to it, as well as this one. This is in Universal Taupe from IT Cosmetics. It's their Brow Power. I'm hoping I can use them up ASAP. I have 4 of these Maybelline Master Shape by iStudio, and these ones are in the shade Deep Brown. These ones actually have a plastic base that holds them, and they've discontinued these kinds of pencils, and now the pencil that they've replaced them with are wood, and they're just not the same shade as the plastic pencils. So I do have a couple backups, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I also have a MAC eyebrow pencil here in Stud, and this last one over here on the right is the Wet n Wild Color Icon pencil in Taupe. Then I have my highlighters, and last year I had 10. Currently I have 8. I have 2 cream products here. This first one is a mini of the Benefit What's Up. This is a Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. I finished off one of these samples last year. I have the NARS Albatross, which is more of a golden powder than it is any other shade, so that one's definitely unique in my collection. I have the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance powder in Highlight is 01, and the dome on this one is getting pretty shallow. The Mary Luminizer from the Balm MAC Lightscapade. This one from Physicians Formula. It's one of their powder palettes. They're Mineral Glow Pearls in the shade Translucent Pearl. And I also have one of the MAC Mineralized Skin Finishes in Soft and Gentle. I finished one of these off last year too, and this is my backup of that. So I have a lot of work to do on my highlighters this year. Alright, cream blush. Last year I had one, and currently I just have one. This is a little mini deluxe size sample of the Tarte Cheek Stain in Flush. So that is it for this category. Alright, moving on to my powder blush. Last year I had 41, and currently I have 31. Here is half of them. So I have 3 Tarte blushes right back here. I have an Hourglass blush, 2 of the Clinique Cheek Pop blushes, a little Bare Minerals deluxe size sample. It's a powder blush. A loose powder. I have my Benefit box blushes along the back, a Cargo Swimmables, Sephora blush, the Balms Frat Boy, City Color Be Matte blush, one of these Jordana blushes. These are fantastic, by the way. Just a little heads up. This one's in Rose Silk. I really love this light, easy pink shade, and they're extremely blendable too. And I have a Milani blush in the back there. Here is the other half of my blushes. I have a Burberry blush right here. This is in Misty. I have 2 Chanel blushes, Kat Von D, some NARS, and the rest up there are all MAC, including this one. Next, I have eyeshadow primers. Last year I had 4. Currently I have 5. Now, technically, these two could be grouped into the colored eyeshadow bases. These are the Laura Geller Cool Lids Cream Eyeshadows, but I just use these as a base, and they don't have enough color to them to be used on their own, so I consider them primers, even though technically they're probably not. I have the Bare Minerals 5-in-1 eyeshadow primer, the Laura Mercier Eye Basics in Wheat, and the Urban Decay Original Eyeshadow Primer Potion. Then I have my colored cream bases and cream eyeshadows. I have them split up into 2 groups. So I have some in the pots like the Maybelline Color Tattoos, and then I have a stick form like this. Last year I had 26 collectively, and this year I have 24. So I have 4 of these Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks, a Makeup Forever Aquamatic. There's a Clinique deluxe size sample of their Chubby Stick for eyes, one from Ulta, the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, one from CoverGirl. This one came from Birchbox. It's the Tati collaboration with their LOC Love of Color makeup line, and one from Tristique that I got from Ipsy. Then all of my potted eyeshadow bases. I have a MAC fluid line over here. These are typically used as a gel liner, but it's a light enough shade that I can use this as a colored base all over the lid. There are 7 of these Maybelline color tattoos right along here. This one I use for my eyebrows and it's halfway used up. I have 2 of the Chanel Illusion d'Ombres. One is in Epatante and then Utopia. I have one of these Dior Show Fusion Mono Longwear eyeshadows in the shade Millennium. This is really gorgeous. e.l.f. Long Lasting Lustrous Eyeshadow. This one is in Soiree. And then one from Flower Beauty from Walmart. It's like a really nice shimmery white. And then these 2 over here on the edge, these aren't opened yet, but I am still counting them in the total number. So next up are my gel eyeliners. Last year I had 3, currently I have 4. They're all from MAC. They are their fluid lines. I opened them so you could see them. This first one here is the Black Track fluid line. I love this one. It's one of my holy grails. This is in Royal Wink. It's a really intense blue, bright blue. Here is Blue Peep. This one's really nice for the summer. And then this last one on the end is in Dark Envy, and it's a really deep kind of forest green shade. Hopefully this one can be moved out sooner rather than later. Then onto my eyeliners. Last year I had 7 and currently I'm down to 5. This one just barely showed up in my December Birchbox. This is the Ico Fat Liquid Eyeliner. It really looks like a Sharpie. This one is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. This one is the Physicians Formula 2-in-1 Eye Booster in Ultra Black. And these 2, they both have a brush tip, so they're pretty similar. This one is from Julep. My mother gave me this one. This is the Fluid Eye Glider. And then this last one over here, this is from e.l.f. This is their Expert Liquid Liner in Jet Black. Onto my pencil eyeliners. Last year in January I had 24 and currently I have 15, so I'm pretty happy about that. I have my more neutral colors over here on the left and the colored ones towards the right. So I have the Rimmel Scandalized Waterproof Kohl Liner in Nude. I only have 2 black eyeliners. This first one is from NARS. This is their Larger Than Life eyeliner in Via Veneto. One of the Jordana 12-hour liquid eyeliner pencils in Black Point. I really love these. I have another one of those in brown, or, well, the shade's Espresso Last. This is a Kiko liner. It's like a dark khaki color with some glittery pieces in it. 2 silvers. This one is from Cynthia Rowley, and then one from Starlooks. Bright yellow liner here from Butter London. This one here is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Lime. Even though this one's technically like a cream base, I only use this one to line around my eyes. I don't put this one all over the lid, so that's why I put it into this category. I have another green pencil from Jordana. This one's in Jade Jewel, a kind of greenish blue Makeup Forever mini pencil in 12L, one from Marcel, one from Urban Decay, and then my purples over here I have the NYX pencil in Jewel and also the Makeup Forever Aqua Eyes in 11L. Onto my mascaras. First of all, I have a separate category for the Bottom Lash Mascara. I had one last year, currently I have one. It's just the Clinique Bottom Lash, so I'll set that one off to the side. Then I have my regular mascaras. Last year, in January, I had 36 mascaras, and currently I have 28. These 7 right here are the only ones that I have open. This Too Faced Better Than Sex is almost finished. I have this one that's the Benefit They're Real. That one's almost done too. There's the Buxom Lash, MAC Opulash. This is my all-time favorite Holy Grail mascara. This is the Laura Mercier Full Blown Extreme Lash Building Mascara. I just got this one from Influencer. This is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara. This is really nice. And then I also have the unique lash fiber system. And here are my mascaras that are not yet opened. And last year I had 30 that were just sitting there in my backup stash that hadn't been opened, and now I'm down to 24. So I think that's much better. I have had some mascaras come in to my hands this year without purchasing them, so that was really awesome. But I am definitely gonna be on a no-buy for mascara for a little bit till I can get through the majority of these. So I'm gonna go through and just touch on what I have in here really quick. I have the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black. This is the birthday gift from Ulta, the CK1 mascara. A full size of the Benefit They're Real. Here's one from Julep, Length Matters. The CoverGirl Lash Blast Length. And then in here I have the full size of the Clinique High Impact Mascara, a little mini sample of that. This is the Neutrogena Healthy Volume in the full size, the wand's up here. And then there's a mini of that one, the Laura Mercier Full Blown Volume Extreme Lash Building Mascara. This is my all-time favorite. I have 3 little minis of the Benefit They're Real, one of Benefit's Roller Lash, Lorac Cobra, Rimmel Lash Accelerator Endless, Revlon Bold Lacquer. I think this is CoverGirl Professional All-in-One. And then I have 2 from Lancome. This is the Definicils and then the Hypnos Doll Lashes. And finally the IT Cosmetics Hello Lashes 3-in-1, or 5-in-1, I guess is what it says on there. I don't know what that one is. I've never tried that before either. Then onto loose pigments. I have 1 from Bella Pierre here, 4 from MAC. I did press some of these into a pan so they're not loose anymore, so I don't tend to reach for these as often as the ones that I pressed. And then I also have this NYX Roll-On Shimmer in Salmon. This is absolutely gorgeous. Now, last year I did have 5 and I've only went up by 1. So I am pretty satisfied with this category. Then I have my single eyeshadows, and this is a mixture of high-end and drugstore. Last year I had 34, and this category did actually increase. I did make a ColourPop order, so I had 34 last year, and right now I have 36. So I have all of these L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows, 1 from Kiko, Japanesque, 2 from Milani, Stila. There's a Mary Kay single down here, Cargo, Pacifica, Jessie's Girl, Urban Decay, some Wet n Wild right here, some from Ipsy. I have the older version of the Makeup Forever eyeshadows. Let me scooch you over a little bit so you can see what's over on the side. I have some ColourPop right here, like I mentioned, and then all of these right here, these are my 6 single Burberry eyeshadows. So I think I would like to work on the singles a little bit this year, maybe toss 1 or 2 into some projects or something that I have going on throughout the year. My other eyeshadows that have more than 1, I just lumped up my duos, trios, and quads all together. In January last year I had 23 and currently I have 17. So I tried to put them in order of like duo, trio, quad. So I'll just show you a couple so you can see what I'm talking about. So this one, there's 2 eyeshadows in this. I don't use the blush, so this one's a duo. That's from Clinique. This one's also the same. There's 2 purple shadows in this one. This one you can see through the top. I don't typically use the blushes for the most part. I'm always reaching for something else. This one has 3, I believe. So this one's purples. Here's a little Bare Minerals duo. This one from Clinique also has 2 in there. I have a MAC duo. This from Physicians Formula is probably my all-time favorite drugstore shadows. This is their Baked Collections in Baked Berries. This is an amazing trio here. Absolutely love this one. You can see how much I've used it. There's a trio from Jessie's Girl, one from NYX, my Wet n Wilds that I've hit pan on 2 of the shades. This is Walking on Eggshells. I'll probably see if I can toss this into a project this year at some point. This is the Maybelline Quad in Designer Chocolates, I think. It's 40Q. And here's another Maybelline quad. This is a really pretty one. This is Mad for Mauve. And then I brought these closer so you can see. So these are all from Clinique. This one has some really pretty shades in there. This one is more of a green. And then this last one here is purples. So this little quad is a really nice, easy, soft eyeshadow look. So this one's really nice when I'm traveling or something. So there are my duos, trios, and quads. Now onto my lip balms. These are just the clear lip balms and lip treatments. And last year I had 12. Currently I have 8. So these over here on the left, these are opened, and these 3 over here are unopened. This is the Aquafina Lip Balm Cube. This one is the Chap Ice Revo Watermelon Lip Balm, and a Honey Balm from Be Essential. I have a Revo Balm from Walgreens, an EOS one, and Strawberry something. This is the Dior Creme de Rose Smoothing Plumping Lip Treatment. This is the Carmex Healing Balm, and then one of my favorites, the Lipsil Lip Balm. Alright, so these are my tinted lip balms, and unfortunately this is one of the categories that did go up, but in January I had 11 and right now I have 14 of them. So over here on the left I have the C.O. Bigelow Rose Salve, a Carez Mango Lip Butter, a Caddy Coral Candied Lip Dye from Perfectly Posh, Burt's Bees Lip Shimmer, Pacifica Color Quench Lip Tint, a Profusion BB Lips, 2 of the Baby Lips, 2 Pixie Shea Butter Lip Balms, a little deluxe size sample of the Benefit Lolly Balm, the Fresh Sugar Rosé, and this one up here, technically it should probably go in the lipsticks, but it's such a light wash of color. This is the L'Oreal Glossy Balm in Ginger Candy. This is such a gorgeous shade, so I tossed it in here. And this one over here on the right is the Vaseline Lip Therapy in Rosy Lips, and it is not opened yet. Now I have my glosses, and in January of 2015 I had 61 of them. Currently I have 38. This is half of them. These are like my smaller sized ones. So down here in the front, Josie Maran, Tarte, Buxom, Laura Mercier, NARS, Maybelline, the Almay Liquid Balm. This is the NYX Butter Gloss. There's a Mary Kay Lip Balm Gloss, Benefit Bella Bamba, a Julep one, Clinique, Makeup Forever, Urban Decay, MAC. These are all MAC. These are the lip glosses, and then this is the Mineralize Gloss. And then these are my other glosses. So I have 3 of the NYX Mega Shine lip glosses. The Dior Fluid Stick in Kiss Me. This is probably my all-time favorite lip gloss formula. Buxom Hard Candy Plumping Serum Volumizing Lip Gloss. This is really nice. I have a Smashbox one of the Urban Decay Naked Glosses. My last Tarina Tarantino gloss. This one from Mally. It's almost like a lipstick and gloss hybrid. I think it's their liquid lipstick or something. There are 2 of the Makeup Forever Lab Shine glosses, which are my all-time favorite lip gloss formula. A Bare Minerals Marvelous Moxie gloss that I got from Ulta on my birthday, and one from Revlon. Alright, on to lip liners. I had 7 last year, and right now I have 8 of them. But some of these are small enough that I think I could use them up relatively quickly. I have 2 of the clear lip liners. This first one is the Milani Anti-Feathering Lip Liner. This is the Urban Decay Ozone. I have 2 from NYX. This one is in Pale Pink, and this one is Dolly Pink. This is the Makeup Forever Aqua Lip in 17C. Absolutely love this color, especially in the summertime. It's a holy grail shade for me. I have 3 from MAC here. This first one is in Beat. Then I have the Pro Longwear Lip Pencil in More to Love, and Cherry Lip Liner. Now I'm going to move on to my actual lipsticks. So initially I was going to group like these kinds of things and these up here, like the jumbo chubby lip crayons. I was going to do separate categories, but honestly I feel like a lipstick's a lipstick, so I just lumped them all together. And in January I had 169 lipsticks. Right now I have 118, so You know, I've gone down by 51. I think that's pretty decent, honestly, to be able to move out 51 lipsticks from my collection. I've always had a large number of lip products. I probably always will because they're my favorite, but let me just breeze through this as quickly as I can. So here is maybe, I don't know, a third of them, a half of them. This first one over here is from Trestique. I got that from Ipsy. These are all NARS up to there. Then I have some Bite lip products. There's one from Tarte. There's ColourPop. I have Buxom right over here, and then Clinique. I also have Kat Von D up at the top right there. There's some NYX. These are all Revlon. This one's a matte one. There is a Rimmel, Color Rush, L'Oreal, Glossy Balm. Here is Tarte. All of these are Tarte, from this one all the way over to the little minis. Then I have Bare Minerals right here, and then a Burberry mini lipstick. Here is a dish that I keep on top of my makeup storage here. I have two of the YSL Rouge Volupté lipsticks right here. There's a Dior lipstick, the Dior Addict Lip Glow. This should have went in the Tinted Lip Balms. Oops. I have an Urban Decay lipstick. There's two from Chanel, a YSL lipstick here, and then an Estee Lauder Pure Color Envy lipstick. These are really nice. I really enjoy those. Here's some more from the drugstore. I have all of these right down here from Maybelline. Here's a Flower Beauty Cosmetics, the Drew Barrymore line. Here's two from Rimmel. I have a Revlon Color Burst Lip Butter, two Color Whispers, the Hard Candy Plumping Serum Lipstick from Hard Candy. I really enjoy that one. Here's an NYC Expert Last Lip Color. There's Maybelline. This is one of their long wearing ones. It's their Super Stay 14-hour lipstick. It's from Wet n Wild right here. Revlon, Essence, L'Oreal, Milani, and then L'Oreal again. And finally, I have all of my MAC lipsticks here. So these are all the regular MAC lipsticks. These that look like this are the Sheen Supremes. I have 4 of those. I have one of these huggable lip colors from MAC. They're interesting. There's some limited edition packaging back here. And then I have one of the Mineralize lipsticks from MAC. These are lovely. I really enjoy these. And they have the magnetic closure just like the NARS and Estee Lauder ones. So those are all of my lipsticks. I don't believe I recorded my setting sprays last time, but currently I just have 2 at the moment. I have a little mini one from Kula and then the L'Oreal Infallible setting spray. Now moving on to the larger eyeshadow palettes. I just categorize this anything more than a quad. So in January I had 24. I have finished off a palette this year with Pan That Palette. I finished the Lorac Pro, the original one. Then I did declutter a few. I gave some to my mother and passed them on with the traveling makeup box. So anyway, let me run through these really quick. I have the Naked Basics. I absolutely love this thing. I take this every single time I travel. There's also the Bare Minerals palette here. This is the Power Neutrals in 8.0. I have 2 palettes here from Buxom. These came from Ipsy. I didn't have to pay for either one of these, but with my rewards, but with my Ipsy points, I was able to redeem them in. And then they messed up. They were supposed to send me a single shade. They didn't have the single, so they sent me another palette. So that was pretty awesome. I also have the Urban Decay Deluxe Shadow Box. This is what I am planning to pan for 2016. It has a whole bunch of really bright shades in there like that. Then I have the Urban Decay, oh, what is this one called? Oh, the Feminine palette. I really like this one. You can see I've used a ton out of Skimp, and the rest of them are pretty used except for Gunmetal, because I have a duplicate of that in my collection, but I really enjoyed this palette. I'm kind of bummed that they discontinued it. I also have an Urban Decay Smoked palette down here. I don't reach for this one as often as I should, but there are the shades right there. This is the Laura Mercier Eye Art Artist Palette. There are those shades. I also have the Lorac Pro 2, the original Naked, Naked 2, and Naked 3 here. I have the original Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette down at the bottom there. I also have this Urban Decay Pulp Fiction palette. I picked up this palette just because I enjoy the movie so much. I also have the NYX Butt Naked palette. I'm not quite sure if they're still selling this or if it has been discontinued, but it has all of these beautiful shades here. And then it has some blushes and bronzers and stuff at the bottom. Now this one, this is my custom MAC palette. Here are all of the shades that I have in here. Even though some people might categorize each shadow as an individual shade, I just keep this as a palette as a whole, and I just classify it as a palette. So I also have the MAC Neutral Cool or Cool Neutral palette. What is this called? Cool Neutral. And this one's really nice. I really enjoy this one. Those are all of the shades right there. This is my old MAC palette, and I put all of my Wet n Wild eyeshadows in here. Oh, I don't have a magnet on that one. Whoops. But I just took a whole bunch of my duos, trios, quads, all that kind of stuff, and I took out the ones that I wanted and put them in here, and then I decluttered the rest. So, okay, on to my perfumes. I did receive 2 new ones for Christmas this year. I did go ahead and include them in this bunch right here. In January of 2015, I had 39 perfumes and body sprays. That includes all these little mini bottles, mini roller balls, just every kind of perfume and body spray. I had 39 and currently I have 38. Now I did go through a ton of fragrance last year, and I do have quite a few that have a little bit left in the bottle that'll be easy to finish off, but right now I have 38 of them. So I definitely need to focus on some more fragrance this year, but let me give you a quick overview of some of them. If you guys want another perfume video, I'll link the one that I did last year down below. But if you guys would like an updated version of all this, just let me know and I will film it for you. That is all of my fragrances at the moment.